会用这样子，那我们先用中文讲几句话。我是沈文哲，跟我一起做长的这2位，都是旅日的台湾籍医师，林进邦医师跟刘坤全医师。等一下，等一下，如果有那个沟通英文沟通还是日文直接沟通的，也就是请2位帮忙。那林进邦医师也会介绍我们的演者。那我们今天讲的这个题目，各位可能比较陌生一点，它名字叫做 Locomotive Syndrome。这个名词，目前为止大概只有日本真的在流行，在美国是从来没有人听过，台湾听过的人大概也不多。他原来是东京大学的一位骨科主任，大概在7、8年嘛，以前的就是创出来的一个名词。它的位阶大概跟台湾现在非常流行的脆弱性骨折、衰弱性骨折、肌少症啊，我也很喜欢这个名词的。肌少症是属于一种新创出来的名词，然后也代表说，这现在是翻译做那个运动器障碍症候群。整体来讲是说，当你一个人因为脆弱加上肌少加上关节炎加上所有的东东西西加起来的时候，会让你没有办法活动，所以让你运动上面有障碍，然后把它当做一个症候群。在日本的话，老人化社会是要预防的，这在台湾也是有它的价值在。好，接下来我们请林医师介绍一下我们的演者。He will introduce you.
Hello, friends in Taipei. It is good to be home for me. Thank you, everybody, for having us today. Now, I would like to introduce today's speaker, Dr. AKIRA HARADA. He is a vice chairman of JCOA, the director of Medical Treatment Cooperative Foundation, HARADA Orthopedic Hospital. After he graduated from Hiroshima University in 1981, he was an assistant lecturer for the orthopedic surgeon of Hiroshima University from 1985 to 1990. He was a fellowship of Singapore University in 1991, director of orthopedic surgery, Onomichi General Hospital, 1992 to 1998, and a director of the HARADA Orthopedic Hospital since 1998. He is a member of Japanese Orthopedics Association, Japanese Clinical Orthopedic Association, Japanese Society for Musculoskeletal Medicine, and Japanese Hip Society. Please welcome him with a warm applause.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shen, Dr. Liu, and Dr. Hayashi. I'm honored to be able to give this lecture. I come from Hiroshima, Japan. I graduated from Hiroshima University School of Medicine in 1981. I am a director of a small private hospital. I will introduce my hospital afterward. There are 2 UNESCO World Heritage in Hiroshima. One is the Atomic Bomb Dome, which is in the Memorial Park, Peace Memorial Park. Another is Itsukushima Shrine, floating on the sea. The executive staff of JCOA visited Taiwan 12th March 2017. Joint meeting of TOA and JCOA was held at very nice seafood restaurant. I drank Taiwan beer so much because I experienced Taiwan style cheers first time. I have become a great fan of Taiwan beer. The 31st JSHOA annual academic meeting was held in Kagoshima, Japan, 15th July this year. Dr. Shen talked about orthopedic specialty in Taiwan as a special lecture. Chairman Dr. Chen, Dr. Shen, Dr. Oh Shao participated academic meeting in Kagoshima, Japan. 140 JSHOA doctors joined this meeting. Today, I will talk about the current state of medical situation in Japan, Locomotive syndrome in Japan, and private orthopedic hospital in Japan. First, I will talk about the current state of medical situation in Japan. Population of Japan is 1.27 trillion persons. This slide shows Japanese doctors tree. The number of doctors in Japan is about 300,000 persons. The number of doctors has increased 50% over the past 2 decades. Orthopedic doctors in Japan is about 24,000 persons. Our organization, JSHOA, is 6,000 persons. The Japanese Clinical Orthopedic Association, we call JSHOA as a short name. I am a vice chairman of JSHOA. JSHOA has 6,000 orthopedic doctors. It consists of 4,200 private clinics. Private clinic with beds about 1,000. Private hospital about 700. JSHOA members have 3 activities. 1. We held 31st annual academic meetings as scientists. 2. We are doing orthopedic medical treatment as clinician. 3. As a public activity, we launched SLOC, Japan Stop the Locomotive Council, NPO Corporation, and we are promoting locomotive syndrome. This slide shows diseases treated by Japanese orthopedists. Spinal disorders, joint diseases such as osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, trauma, fracture, ligament injury, sports injury, musculoskeletal ambulatory disorders syndrome, MARS, locomotive syndrome for elderly persons, rehabilitation for above disease. Underline shows diseases for elderly patients. This slide shows number of operations by age. Number of operations exceeded 50 years old. The elderly people who are the age of 70s get surgical operation the most. Japanese use universal healthcare system, health insurance. Government covers 37% of the treatment cost. Patients have to pay only 10 to 30% of the treatment cost to the hospital or clinic. Features: 1. Free access. 2. Advanced medical treatment at low cost. 3. Use public funds to maintain universal healthcare system based on the social insurance system. Trend of healthcare cost. National health expenditure is 11.5 trillion Taiwan dollars. Healthcare cost is increasing remarkably, but it corresponds to only 8% of GDP. declining population, aging and falling birth rate in Japan. In the future, 2025, population rate over 65 may increase 40%, and birth rate may decrease 1.62%. Establishment of nursing care insurance. Established at 2000. Subject for over 65 years old. Payment from over 40 years old, all people. Budget about 2.1 trillion Taiwan dollar per hour per year. Support system for ADL. Rehabilitation for elderly patient. Big problem is to separate nursing care from healthcare insurance. It will decrease of healthcare inpatients as a result. Next, I will talk about locomotive syndrome in Japan. Locomotive system means musculoskeletal system. Locomotive system is consisting of bones, joints, muscles, cartilage, and nerves. The locomotive system is like the engine of a car. Our body can't move properly if any part of the system is broken. Reason for requiring special assistance or nursing care. Musculoskeletal disorders is 25%. Next, cerebrovascular disorders is 90%. Dementia is 60%. So, musculoskeletal disorders is main reason for requiring nursing care. The average Japanese life expectancy was 80 years for men, 86 years for women. The difference between average life expectancy and healthy life expectancy is about 9 years for men and 12 years for women. Everyone wants to lead a healthy, active life until the end. Weakening of locomotive organs starts from the age of 40s. He is president of JOA, Professor Masashi Yamazaki. He also promotes locomotive syndrome. But everyone thinks they are still okay. Life expectancy has doubled in the last century, but not the lifespan of the limb. How to prevent bedridden? Japan, as the most aging country, Japanese Orthopedic Association, JOA, proposed the concept of locomotive syndrome in 27. Concept of locomotive syndrome is care prevention. Locomotive syndrome means being restricted in one's ability to walk or to a normal life owing to a dysfunction in one or more of the parts of the locomotive system. This is concept diagram. The three main components comprising the locomotive systems are bones, joints, intervertebral discs, and muscular and nervous system. Any impairment of these organs result in pain, limited motion at joints, muscle weakness, and balance deficits. Progression of these impairments eventually result on limitation in ADL, QOL, and necessity of care support. I will show you short video, 30 seconds. This is promotion video of Locomotive Syndrome made of JOA. The title is What is Locomotive? Please enjoy. Please. Dr. Tanabe falling down. JCOA think locomotives to fall down easily. Cause of locomotive syndrome. 1. Aging process, muscle weakness, muscle loss, decrease in balance ability. 2. Orthopedic disease, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, lumbar canal stenosis. Slide shows orthopedic diseases causing locomotive syndrome. Osteoarthritis of the knee joint, lumbar canal stenosis, fracture of femoral neck by osteoporosis, spinal compression fracture. Slide shows 7 warning signs of locomotive syndrome. There is possibility of locomo if one sign is applicable. Can you put sock on standing on a leg? How to determine risk level? The stand-up test is very simple test that everyone can try anyway. First, stand up on both legs from 40 centimeter chair. Next, stand up from the chair on one leg 40 centimeter. If you can't stand up from the chair on one leg now, you have risk of not being able to walk in your 70s. There is possibility of locomo stage 1. I will show you video of stand-up test, 1 minute. Title is Let's Try 40 centimeter. Please. Thank you very much. Can you stand up from the chair on one leg now? Please don't try now. Today, all of us need to take steps to prevent locomotive syndrome and extend our healthy life expectancy, so you can walk on your 2 feet for life. How to stop the locomotive? We promote 2 locomotive training to prevent the locomotive. Locomotive training is very simple but very effective training. One is 1 minute, one leg stance for improving balance. Locomotive training 2 is squats for strengthening leg muscles. Perform squats slowly and repeat 5 to 6 times. Japanese government accepts the value of stop locomotive syndrome. To prevent locomotive syndrome brings to extend our healthy life expectancy. So we have to improve recognition of locomotive syndrome. At the same time, we spread exercise habits and locomotive training to the citizens. 80% of recognition is targeted by the government. It is very tough and high target. To achieve this target is expected to increase the status of orthopedics, I believe. To spread locomotive training, SLOC, JCOA trained locomotive coordinator. Now, number of locomotive coordinator is 1,050. The role of locomotive coordinator is to instruct locomotive training. After training program, JCOA members always drink so much. This is Japanese style to have fun walking. Bottles are Japanese shochu. Population of locomotive syndrome is very high. 7,050,000 people are locomo stage 2, OA or spinal So, 1/3 of whole Japanese population is at risk locomotive syndrome. How about in Taiwan? I will introduce my small private hospital. My hospital has 50 beds. Staff is 5 doctors, 30 nurses, 10 rehabilitation staff, and 30 other staffs. Member of all staff is 80. Outpatient clinic. There are 170 outpatients per day. 3 doctors are consulting. Patient waiting time is about 1 or 2 hours. This is rehabilitation room. There are 10 rehabilitation staffs. Physiotherapy, 60 patients per day. Rehabilitation, 70 patients per day. I'm doing 230 operations per year. Femoral neck fracture is 60 cases. TKA, THA, 15 cases. Hand surgery, 80 cases. But medical income of my hospital is 1.9 trillion Taiwan dollars per hour, per year. Not per hour, not per year. But management is very, very painful. To increase, to employ 80 staff, I have to increase medical income of my hospital. So I'm not a rich man. Large-scale hospital gathered many patients like a black hole, probably in Taiwan also. For small hospital fee is small compared to large-scale hospital. Bed charge of university hospital is 4,400 Taiwan dollars per day. Bed charge of small private hospital is 3,000 Taiwan dollars per day. Large-scale hospital management is advantageous. Number of femoral neck fracture is 180,000 per year. Number of femoral neck fracture is expected to increase to 300,000 in 2040. Treatment cost of femoral neck fracture is about 300,000 Taiwan dollars per month. Because the medical insurance cover, patient payment is only 24,000 Taiwan dollars per month. Number of THA is 60,000 cases in Japan. Number of TKA is 80,000 cases in Japan. Number of TKA, THA is increasing remarkably. Treatment cost of THA, TK is 470 Taiwan dollars per month. Because of medical insurance cover, patient payment is 24,000 Taiwan dollar per month, same as femoral neck fracture. I think Japanese patients are very happy because they only pay 5% of medical cost, 5% only. Problem in the future in Japan. Primary care doctor versus orthopedic specialist. Reduction in healthcare budget. Shift to nursing insurance. Declining population, aging, falling birth rate. Participation of private company. Deteriorating of rehabilitation quality. This is last slide. Tenshin Okakura, who was a philosopher with deep understanding of the art, advocated Asia is one in 1890. He pointed out that Asian art is different from European in many ways, and he emphasized the importance of not only Japanese tradition, but also the whole Asian tradition and culture. I think medical system of Japan is similar to that of Taiwan. I hope to exchange the medical information between two countries, Taiwan and Japan, in the near future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Harada, for your excellent overview. We will now open the floor for questions from the floor. Please feel free to ask questions in English, Chinese, whatever. I'm sure we'll do the translations here. Yes, Dr. Gao.
Thank you for your excellent lectures. My question is that you mentioned the nursing care insurance start from the age 40. Is that compulsive by government or is already run by the government? How much is that paid for the nursing care insurance? It's another insurance, right?
Yes, yes. In Japan, over 40 people, everyone have to pay about 3,000 Taiwan dollars per month. Per month.
Until he's died, from 40 to 80.
Yeah, 40 to from die.
Thank you.
Doctor, would you please elaborate on that? It's like separate from medical insurance.
Yes, separate.
So you have a nursing insurance, nursing care insurance.
Yes, you have nursing care insurance. Health insurance and nursing insurance separate.
一个独立的长照保险，另外再付的长照保险费。
I think the same thing, the same nursing, same care, but separate, but total is cost is increasing. It's a big problem.
在日本有两种保险，就是签名保险，再来一个是介护保险。介护保险就是70岁以上的，他们要交另外一个保险费，所以超过60岁吧，60岁，他可以再加入那个介护保险。所以他一般医师可以申请2种保险。
Any other questions? So we still have time for me to ask a little question. Why is it so difficult to promote Locomotive syndrome? You said that by 5 years now, only 80%. I mean, this is not so hard to understand. So why the difficulty?
Recognition?
Yes.
Because we promote the locomotive syndrome, like this talking, not commercial. Commercial is very effective method to promote, increase the knowledge of locomotive. But we don't want to help CM by pharmaceutical company.
他现在说那个知名度要怎么跟他提高？知名度他没有办法用那个广告，他就是用一般的那种教育人员去推广这个 stroke， 就是他要防止这个介入的那种运动器的那种障碍，他就是用一般的医师啦一般的广告这样，所以他没有用那个大众广告这样，所以他的那个专注度会慢慢升高，但是没有办法升得那么快。
Yes,
他的意思是说他不喜欢广告太多，怕其他的商业介入，是这个意思？
对，就是怕那个用那个商业介入他的广告这样，所以他只是在那个一些那个县民活动上，就是在这个健康讲座里面，就是说只有能在健康讲座里面宣传这个。
实际上是保持医师的自主权在，
对，
不要被。
对，
OK， 谢谢。
So the last comment was that you would prefer not to use commercial systems so that the doctor can preserve their integrity?
Yeah, sure.
Well, interesting. All right. Well, thank you very much for your talk.
Thank you very much.